John chapter 18. Jesus arrested and charged before Pontius Pilate. After Jesus had recited these words, he proceeded with his followers over the brook Kidron, and they all entered the park. But Judas, the betrayer of Jesus, very well knew the place, as Jesus repeatedly joined his followers in that place. And now Judas, having obtained a group of troopers and bureaucrats from the high priests and rulers, approached the place with lanterns, searchlights, and arms. Knowing everything that he would experience, Jesus stepped forward and asked them, "Who are you looking for?" And they replied, "Jesus Christ of Nazareth." Then Jesus told them, "I am he." And Judas Iscariot, the betrayer of Jesus, stood right there with them. Just then, when Jesus told them, "I am he," they moved backwards and they were downed immediately. So Jesus asked them one more time, "Who are you looking for?" And they replied, "Jesus Christ of Nazareth." And Jesus addressed them, "I have already informed you that I am the one. And so, if you are looking for me, then let these people go. Release them and let them be free, that the word might be accomplished which Jesus spoke, of those whom you gathered under my care, I lost none." Now Simon Peter was armed with a sword. He drew it and attacked the servant of the supreme priest, wounding and slashing out his right ear. The servant was called Malchus. And Jesus told Peter, "Keep your sword back in its cover. The cup which my Father has offered me, will I not drink it?" And so the group of troopers, the commander, and the Jewish bureaucrats arrested Jesus and shackled him. After the arrest, they took Jesus straight to Annas. Annas was the father-in-law of Caiaphas, and Caiaphas was the supreme priest, the presiding pontiff that year. Caiaphas was the one who earlier gave counsel to the Jews that it was advantageous that one person should die for the nation. Simon Peter and another companion closely followed Jesus. The supreme priest himself knew that apostle. He knew that apostle who accompanied Jesus into his grand mansion. But Peter waited outside, near the doorway. After a while, the other companion, who was well known by the supreme priest, came forth and addressed the lady who secured the doorway. And Simon Peter was allowed into the residence. But the female worker who guarded the doorway queried Simon Peter, asking him, "Are you not one of the apostles of this man as well?" And he answered, "Absolutely not. Absolutely not." At this time, the workers and bureaucrats had heated the area to keep warm. They kept a coal fire burning and lingered around it, for the weather was quite cold. Simon Peter joined them and lingered, keeping himself as warm as possible. Proceeding, the supreme priest questioned Jesus regarding his followers and his principles. And Jesus replied him, "I address the world plainly, and clearly. In the Holy Temple and in the synagogues, I often lectured assemblies and throngs of Jewish faithful. I have not said a thing in private. For what reason do you question me? Question my listeners and followers regarding my words and my teachings. Surely they are aware of everything I told them. After Jesus had spoken these words, one of the authorities standing nearby attacked Jesus with open hands while asking him, "Is that your response to the supreme priest?" And Jesus replied him, "If I said something wrong, then testify to the wrong. But if I'm right, why then do you attack me?" At this point, Annas had Jesus proceed in shackles to see the supreme priest Caiaphas. And as Simon Peter lingered, striving to keep himself as warm as possible, the people thus queried him, saying, "Are you not one of his apostles as well?" Denying, Peter answered, "Absolutely not. Absolutely not." One of the workers under the supreme priest related to the man whom Simon Peter attacked, wounding his ear, asked, "Did I not see you with him in the park?" Again, Peter denied, and just then a cock crowed. Now, they took Jesus from Caiaphas to the judgment hall, the praetorium. It was quite early in the morning. They themselves did not enter the judgment hall, that they might not be polluted, only that they might celebrate the Passover. And then Pontius Pilate came forth and addressed them, saying, "What charge have you brought against the defendant?" And they responded, saying to Pilate, "If he were not a wrongdoer, we would not have arrested him and brought him to you." At this point, Pilate told them, "Take him away and judge him in accordance with your constitution and rules." And the Jews told Pilate, "Capital punishment is forbidden by our law," that the word Jesus Christ uttered, indicating the death he will die, might be accomplished. Again, Pontius Pilate came into the hall of judgment, the praetorium, invited Jesus, and asked him, "Are you the sovereign of the Jewish nation?" And Jesus replied him, "Are you saying this from your own mind? Or did other people inform you of this about me?" Pilate replied, "Am I a Jew? Your own people and the leading priests have arrested you and brought you to me. What wrong have you done? What offense have you committed?" Jesus responded, saying, "My dominion is not of this world. If my dominion were of this world, my subordinates would engage in battle, that I might not be captured by the Jews. But my dominion is not from this place." And thus Pilate asked Jesus, "Are you a sovereign in that case?" Jesus replied, "You say correctly that I am a sovereign. For this purpose I was born. I entered the world for this purpose, that I do testify to the truth. All humankind who are of the truth listen to my voice." Then Pilate asked Jesus, "What is truth?" After asking this question, Pilate went out one more time to the Jews and told them, "I find in him no flaw whatsoever. He is impeccable, blameless. Now, in accordance with your custom, I should set free one captive during the Passover. So, would you like me to set free the sovereign of the Jewish nation?" At that point, they all shouted repeatedly in disapproval, "No, not this man, but free Barabbas." Barabbas, however, was a thief